Hey everybody, Tony Gohard here once again for Punks Doing Stuff, and it is bright and we are out in the wilderness because we still don't have a recording studio, which we are actually getting onto because this is part 2 of how to make your own recording studio. And you know what, for being out in the wilderness, there really is a whole lot of cars around. I don't know how that happened, but we are going to get right back to that. We have a hole to patch, which Johnny is going to do, and then we've got some other smaller holes to do, and you know, just putting up a whole bunch of stuff. Decor, as they would call. But we're gonna get started up on that and get those holes taken care of before anything else. First things first, before we get started on everything, we are going to start filling holes. This is one of the holes that we have right here. I have no idea how that happened, but Johnny, put your hand up against it. Yeah, it's about a hand size hole. My guess is somebody kicked it, or actually it might have even been an exhaust or something for a washer or dryer. But we are going to cover that. There's 2 more also in the corner, but we are going to cover those up so that way we don't have any bugs getting in. I know it sounds weird, bugs, you're supposed to be punk or whatever, but they are a lot of black widows, brown recluse, scorpions, and other things because we are in the desert. We are in the New Mexico desert, so less bugs means less chance of dying, which is actually a very serious thing. But we need to clean this up first and foremost with some sandpaper, which I actually have some sandpaper, and I do have a sander, but the sander I think my boss has so that he can work on some bench restoration. So we're going to sand this down by hand and then get started up on the rest of it. Okay, so we got the thing sanded down. You can see it right there in between us. We're going to stick up this. This is what we were showing. It's just a mesh thing that we're going to put up on there. It should be self-adhesive, so we're going to stick it on there, and then we're going to fill it with some of this stuff. Where is it? It's underneath everything right back there, that green top thing, underneath those paint buckets. We're going to fill it with that. That is plaster. I'm going to have to mix that up while Johnny's doing this, and then we're going to fill that in with these putty knives that we have. These ones, so that way we can, you know, get it nice and straight. Then we'll cover it with a spray, a texture spray. For all of you crusties out there, all of you punks who keep on messing stuff up and breaking walls, this is how you hide it, so that way you can get your deposit back whenever you move out. Or if you're a crusty, I guess it doesn't really matter because you're just squatting. But we'll put that up, show you guys how to hide that in case you are renting, so that way you can get away with it. Hardest part is trying to find the exact paint. So get good with the maintenance dudes and ask them what kinds of paints they use for walls and stuff. Okay, so things are not turning out as I had planned. I was expecting to be able to fill this up pretty easily with some plaster, but Johnny showed them, and there, the plaster thing is basically completely empty. So what we're gonna have to do is use this dry Dex, something along those lines. We're gonna use this stuff, that kind of stuff that's different colors, and then it changes colors whenever it's dry. This stuff is pink, and I found it by a dumpster. So we're gonna see how well this stuff works. It was a full thing. I've been using it on little things to fill small holes. This is the first actual patch that I'm trying to do with this. So we're gonna see how that goes. Again, this stuff is pink. When it dries, it's supposed to turn white. So we're gonna fill in this with that, and then take it from there.
Just so you know how much is in there. If the camera you might not see, it might just look like there's nothing in there, but there's like from fingernail to fingernail, it's about like that high.
Yeah, this thing is actually very shallow. There's only a little bit, so we only get one shot at this.
If we mess up, then.
Yeah, if we mess up, then it has to stay like that until we can get some more actual plaster. But one shot to get it straight. Alright, I said we had one shot at doing that, filling the thing, and we actually forgot to record that part. So I'm just going to explain you through the steps. What you do is you fill the mesh, and then you fill it and smooth it out. You fill it and smooth it out. Johnny had actually done that, and he did a pretty good job. And then after that, you spray the spray texture, so that way you can cover up the patch to where it's not noticeable. So this is what it looks like now.
You might see a little bit since the thing's still pink a little bit.
Yeah, you can still kind of see it. Actually, I can see it showing up on the thing. Johnny, give it a quick little spray. This is the stuff that you spray it with, a spray texture. Oh, don't stand that close to it. Ah, yeah, move your knee. This is why you don't put it too close, because it'll bubble like that. So what we're gonna have to do is smooth that stuff out, just like that, and then hit it again. Keep the can about a foot away. Yeah, just like that, a light mist. And there. Now it won't be as noticeable, especially when the paint goes over it, because the paint will seep into like these little edges right there where you can see that definite line, and it'll make it basically to where you can't even see it.
Yeah, it just looks like it's just a little bit outward.
Yeah.
Paint.
It'll look like just a little bit more of a bit raised. And the other thing with this that's going to make it really easy to hide that is the fact that this entire wall, not even just this entire wall, but the entire room is unpainted. It's all marked. So what we're going to be able to do is just paint the entire thing to make it all one solid color. Again, normally paint and stuff like that wouldn't be a big issue, but the fact that we are in a desert makes a big difference. So we need to fill all of these cracks with paint, seal everything up, because again, there is fucking black widows, there's brown recluse, there's scorpions, all kinds of shit that can kill you, and I prefer to do as little dying as possible whenever I'm making my videos.
Yeah,
Isn't that right, Johnny?
Yeah, I already almost died. When I was listening to, and I don't want that to happen.
So yeah, and we don't get any extra lives in this either. So
Yeah,
we need to
it's
get
not-
it right
it's
the
not-
first
It's
time.
not Mario where it's go, uh-oh, so, or whatever, and it just regenerates. Yay!
Exactly.
It's not Mario.
And we eat mushrooms on our pizza. That doesn't give you an extra hit.